like cooking and learning in school, because that's good. And the reason that we want to push back like this, so try it and show me how you can push your mom away from the chair and then let her go back. Yeah. And then keep the fingers straight. That's it. And push her away. That's good. And the reason we hold on here, hold on to her shoulder, is so she doesn't go flying across the room. Okay, so we just wiggle in here and then we come all the way up. And these muscles in between the spine and the scapula, the shoulder blade, they're called rhomboids. What are they called?
Rhomboids.
That's it, rhomboids. Okay, and then right up here. Yeah. Okay, so that's a complicated one. That's where we go way down here. So Pete, if you can get a shot coming right down, you can see how we'll disappear. Keep going all the way down there, Emma. Okay. So hi, I'm Christine Sutherland, and today I am teaching Emma to massage her mother the right way. And what's the event that we want to have the massage practiced for? What's coming up?
Valentine's Day.
Exactly. And that's why you got the beautiful heart on your shirt. Thank you. Okay, and we can put your mom back in the chair. And these strokes are called tapotement. And they're a flicking of the fingers and keeping them really close together. And then we're going to go down the arms. You go your way, I'll go my way. We're going to go all the way down to our elbows. Oh, you got it. And then back up again. And just keep the fingers flicking more. You keep going over to my side now, and I'll go to your side. And we're going to all, and just keep the hands really close together so they're brushing each other. That's right. And practice on the table here. So keep them so they're brushing. You got it. That's perfect. And then a little more flick in the fingers. Yeah. So they go flick, flick, flick. You got that. Okay. We keep them straight and flicking. Okay. And we go back again. And I'll cross you over. Here we go. Keep going. Okay. And
Can
then
you do
we
the thing on the table one more time?
Okay. Here we go. And then we go loose fingertip hacking. Keep them really close together, Emma, so they're brushing each other. Yeah. Then we do a chopping where we don't flick the fingers. We keep them tight, and that's called stiff fingertip hacking. And then we're going to do one that's cupping like this, and that's going to be with the fingers a little bit more curved, as though you're scooping water out of a creek. Yeah, and keep them all close together so they trap the air. So it's got this hollow sound. Let me hear yours. Yep, you got it. And then we're gonna do this one, and it's called beating, and then this one, and it's called pounding. Nice work. Okay, let's start with loose fingertip hacking. So let's flick those fingers all the way up. Good, good, good. Yep, and then let's do stiff fingertip hacking. Keep them, you got it. How are we doing for pressure?
Good.
We haven't checked in, like that's a mistake. So I call it, use the F word, feedback, feedback, feedback. Okay, then we'll do the cupping and go all the way down her arms. And your mom works at a computer during the day, so we're gonna spend time on her arms. And then this one is called beating. Yep, just let the wrist go. And then we're gonna roll it towards, you got it. Okay, so for this, we're gonna get your mom to go to sleep on the table. So she's gonna lean forward, pretend she's asleep. And then we're gonna do this all the way down these long muscles that run parallel to the spine. And they are the ones that hold the spine up. So they're called erector spinae. What are they called?
Erector spinae.
You got it. And we just don't go on the spine itself. Okay, and shake out your hands so they are fresh. What's this one called? Do you remember? Stiff fingertip hacking.
Stiff fingertip.
Hacking. Okay, here we go. And you can keep the hands really close together. You got it. And then do you remember what this one's called?
Cupping.
You got it. And keep the fingers a little bit more curved. Yep. And then this one is called beating. And just let the wrist go floppy. And then this is the one that is very good if you've been hiking up the glacier. You want to do the pounding. but a little less enthusiastic. Yeah, keep it a little bit closer to her. You got it. And then keep it really focused and keep rolling it towards you. And where it really counts is lower back. Now to make it even, because we are different in our technique, we're gonna switch. So that's what you do when you're teaching your dad how to do this. You switch sides, and then that way it'll even out by the time you're finished. Okay, so this time you tell me what to do. So what's this one called? Pounding. And then you show me the next one. Oh, okay. And what's it called? Great. And you can show me the next one. And what's that called?
Beating.
You got it. And what would be the last two? And what would you call those?
Loose finger.
Tip hacking. Loose fingertip hacking? Okay, let's go to the elbows. And then what would you call this one where we don't flick?
Tight.
Yep, tight, stiff fingertip hacking. Okay, now we ask your mom what her favorite is. So,
I think the pounding.
okay. So before we go on to the next, we get our favorites. So you know ahead of time for your massages on Valentine's Day that she likes this one. And you can go right out. And then we ask her where she likes it the best. So where would you like us to linger, Carla?
Right there.
Okay. You want to come on the favorite spot there. Good work. How are you doing so far, Emma?
Good.
Good. So you've learned 5 new strokes. And then, you know the one that we were doing the fingertip kneading? We can put one hand here to stabilize, and then we can go all the way down the, oh, do you remember what this big long muscle is? Keeps the spine erect. Just guess at it. Erector spinae. What's it called?
Erector spine.
You got it. And it's got a Latin sound to it. It's called erector spinae or spinous erectus, any of that. Just means it's these long muscles that are running parallel. And guess what? They go right up here to her head. And this is where people get lots of tension. So I go like this. Take my thumbs and I just go right along. And your mom's got her forehead on her hand, so she's not squishing her nose into the dining room table. There you go. And now you can do that. Yep, and you just push right up against the, there you go. Perfect. You have a very strong touch for tiny fingers. How's our pressure? Remember, we check in with the F word. Keep going, keep going.
Pressure's good.
Yep. And you just have to be really careful not to pull the hair. So you just do it in one place like you're doing and then move to the next. Instead of going back and forth like that, because then that's hard on the hair follicles. So just like that. And you can rest your fingers like a tripod to support your thumbs. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to rest your fingers. They naturally lift off, don't they? Okay, let's put her back in the chair. So now we're going to give her arms a good squeeze. So starting at the top, and we're just going to squeeze all the way down. Yep, all the way down. Great, all the way down to her hands. And then we'll squeeze all the way up. And then what are we doing, the F word? Feedback.
Feedback.
So what do you do? What do you ask her? How's the pressure?
How's the pressure?
Good.
And then we want to find out where, when we do the arms, she would like us to pause and focus. So do you want to find out? So where would you like us to focus?
I think my upper arms.
Okay, so upper arms, this big one here, Emma, is called the deltoid. And then, do you know what these ones are called in the front? Biceps. And then in the back, triceps. So what's the back one called?
Tricep.
Good. And the front one? You got it. And this big one up here is called the deltoid. What's it called? Okay, so let's squeeze the deltoid. And that's kind of opening up the circulation to the whole arm itself. So it's kind of like uncorking the bottle. If we do the top first, then the circulation is going to be good in the whole arm. How's our grip? Okay, and why do we switch places? And you go on that side and I go on this side? Do you remember what the rationale would be? We switch so it's even. That way it's balanced. If you stayed on one side all the time, she'd have an Emma side and a Christine side. But we're switching off so that we can mix it up. And let's go down to the bicep, tricep area, and you can really squeeze it. So I'm going to show you a fancy stroke now. Watch this. See this? It's called alternate thumb kneading, and it's a real big favorite. You go one, left, right, left, right. Nice. Yep. And think up and out, up and out, up and out. Yep. And we can go right up to our armpit and right down to the elbow itself. Yep. And then we can go all the way down here. So we're going to do that alternate thumb kneading all the way down her forearm. Yep. And if I was you, I'd squat down so that you're a better balance for, there you go. And that way you've got more opportunity to lean into it. Because what we want to do on the extremities, like arms and legs, we always want to have the pressure of our stroke up towards the heart. And that's the way the valves like to open up in the veins. So you just wouldn't push down ever with pressure. It's always up. And up towards what? Do you remember? You got it. Heart. Okay, this is the favorite. So we get their hands up like this. And then we can stand up. And we do that same stroke, Emma. So alternate. Yeah. Perfect. Alternate thumb kneading. How's our pressure?
Good.
And I go all in here at the base of the, yeah, that's really good. Your thumbs are very ambidextrous. Do you play the piano? Do you text? Do you do something where you use your hands a lot? Massaging your cat? No? What is it? You type a lot? Wow.
Grandma
Good,
teaches
good.
you a bit of piano.
Oh.
She's starting.
Oh. Well, you're going to be good at it. And then I do this digital compression. So I just pull compress right here. That's where, when people are on computers all the time, this gets a real focus of activity. And kind of like inactivity, because they hold their hands in the same place and the fingers move around. So really poke away in there. And this is going to be a mom and dad's favorite because your dad will be on the computer too. So yeah, so this kind of thing. And then we corkscrew like this, each finger. So if you point her this way and step away a bit, and you got it. So it's towards the outside. So we're ringing that way. You got it. Yeah, I like your technique. And then the pointer finger, and get her to drop her hand. So if your mom just drops her hand, it means you're holding on securely enough at the wrist that she can drop it. Yep. And then the middle finger, corkscrew, and I do it all the way like this, right to the tip. Nice work. And then switch hands, Emma. And we're going to take the other hand and go like this. Yep. Oh, we didn't check on. Find out how we're doing.
How's the pressure?
Good.
Great. And then this is a real favorite. Let me show you what it feels like. You'll like this one. Like that, and then like that. You've got such soft hands. So we push out. Yep, exactly. And then this kind of pull up underneath. Nice work. Yep. Okay. So now your mom has arms done, but we can ask her what her favorites are before we move on. So what would you like us to do?
I kind of like the shoulders and the
Oh,
right in here.
oh, she likes that. Okay. So let's do the
Just 'cause
deltoid
they're sore.
and just give her, oh, you're going alternate thumb kneading? Good idea. Perfect idea. And you know where it really counts, where it attaches right here? Let me show you on you. Like you go down like this and that's where it attaches. Feel how it's more tender there? So that's usually where you can get a real good therapeutic effect. So try both thumbs working right at that attachment. You've got a good feel for finding out where that attachment is, Emma. Not everybody does that. Okay, so we're gonna finish off with the face and scalp routine. So right here in the temples, you put your fingers right where the skin and scalp meet here, and then fingertip kneading. So try that. And put one hand on either side. Come right around the back like I did. Good work. And that hand would go on this side, over here, and then that hand would go here. So this one there, you got it. Yep. And I would go a little bit more forward, because see where her skin and scalp meet right there. Yep. And that's exactly it. Keep the fingers straight. You know, you've got such a good grip. I would just slow it down, and you'll get more depth and more control. Excellent. Slow it down even more. There you go. And then come down here. Your mom does a lot of smiling, so these muscles are really working overtime. Very nice. Keep all the fingers together again, like that, and then work right in there. And I'll show you what that feels like on you. So it's like this. Yep. And you have the real point tips. Yep. And I would do a little bit lower, like right there. And get your mom to wiggle her mouth. If you can wiggle, yeah. You can feel then where those little ligaments are bouncing around. And you're a little bit too far to the lips. Back up to the ear. Nice. Right there. And I do like a lifting stroke. So lift it up. That's it. Perfect. Quick learner. Very nice. And you're nice and slow, Emma. It gives you way more control, and you're able to get in there and really loosen up that tension. Smilers are positive problems. They get all tight in here because smiling takes all those muscles. Okay, so now we can ask your mom for everything. Come around the front and find out what her favorites are. And we can dish that out before we end.
Favorite is probably my upper shoulders, and I really like the hands.
Okay, what do you want to do first? Okay, I'll do the hands. Here we go. And would you like the digital compression? Like we did the alternate thumb kneading, and then we did the poke and press. And you're good at that. Okay, since you're so good, slow it down. The slower you go, you get more depth. Like, watch mine. Don't go faster than that. Just slow it down. Yeah. That's good. Okay, and then for balance, what do we do? Oh, you're right. You've got the posture, right? And then to make sure that your mom doesn't have an Emma side and a Christine side, what do we do? There we go. Okay, so do you think that on Valentine's Day, this would be good for your mom and dad at breakfast or at dinner or both? Both? Oh, they're lucky. That's great. So what time do you usually have breakfast? You don't know? Like 6, 7, or 8? What's usually your breakfast time?
We're on 7.
Oh, good. Well, that's a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have a favorite stroke that we can end with? Okay, I'll show you how we end. It's a lot like the pussycat massage. So we go like this. We go light reflex stroking, and I'll show you what it feels like on you. So it's really, really light like this. So it's kind of like pussycat pressure, right? And you just do it continuously from the top all the way down their arms. There you go. And I count about 10 of them. Yeah, I stand right in the back. So I'm coming down both sides evenly, yeah. And then you just get your mom and your dad to take good deep breaths at the end. And you don't tell them to get up and get you another muffin or something. You just let them sit there. And then you can be the one to go get them the their coffee or their tea or that kind of thing. It's often nice to wake them up a little bit earlier and do the massage before they eat breakfast. And can you take a little film clip with like one of their telephones of you doing some of the massage? That would be great. Then we can see that your dad and your mom are enjoying it. So, how was that?
Oh, wonderful.
Yay.
Yeah. Very nice.
Okay, and what day are we going to have it as a surprise? Close. February 14th. But you remembered the 8th because I invited you to my class at Selkirk. That was very good. I brought a little brochure so it'll show all the courses and you can come and learn more. But I'm going to try and get a shirt like yours so I can show off the day. But can we take a picture, a still picture? And if you're on one side and I'm on the other, we can look like we're rubbing your mom's deltoid the right way. We can look
Okay.
at Peter
All
there.
right, let me stop this and start that then.